What's going on, my brothers and sisters, and welcome to Anteiku Nation, my home, your home, for all things gaming and all things Cardfight Vanguard 0. Today, guys, we're going to be revisiting an old deck from last season, Perfect Raizer. We're going to be seeing how this deck actually stacks up against the new meta with Shadow Paladin, Kagero, and MLB, the three kings of Vanguard right now, guys. So stay tuned, we're going to be touching on that, and before we begin, guys, please hit that like button if you like this video, smash that subscribe button, and click the bell so that you can be notified each and every time that I upload a brand new video. And with all that being said, guys, let's dive right into it. Alright guys, here we go. We're going to dive into Perfect Raizer yet again. We're going to revisit this deck from the previous season, which if you're familiar with my channel, guys, you know I did do a deck profile on this deck last season. Now, this deck has undergone some changes given the new cards that we got in set 4, and given how the new meta has panned out, I want to touch on this a little bit. So let's go ahead and go into the deck profile real quick. Let's go here. If you look at the deck as a whole, you'll see significant changes to the grade 3 lineup and only some minor changes to the grade 2 lineup. What you still have here is you still have your Raizer package, okay? Because there's no way, shape, or form right now, guys, you're foregoing any of your Raizers due to consistency. You want that consistency. You want the Raizers in the soul. You want Raizers in your hand so that no matter which way you're looking at it, Perfect Raizer's going to go off. He's going to suck up, you know, and get his big power and his big crits. Because during your turn, this unit gets plus 3k for every Raizer in the soul. If your soul has 4 more Raizers, he gets a crit. Awesome things, guys. Awesome things. He's a huge, you know, pressure piece. He's also got a little cool ability that when you place him, you can CB2 counterblast for those who do not know, and you can add a battle Raizer to your hand. That's amazing because it doesn't come from the deck. He just generates it. So he just for 2 counterblasts generates his own little battle Raizer, and that's awesome because you can do multiple things with that, guys. You can actually put the battle Raizer, this little dude right here. You can put him back into the deck. You can boost with it, put him in the deck, draw a card, and then when you drive check, you have the potential to actually drive check into him, therefore standing a rear guard unit, giving it power, giving it an additional attack, and depending on the circumstances, that might be just what you need to clutch the game, or that may just be what you need in order to like get another pesky rear guard off on the off chance that like you swing with your Vanguard, and then your rear guards can't attack. But unfortunately, due to how the attack patterns go with Perfect Raizer, you're typically going to be attacking with your rear guards, and then go Vanguard, because Perfect Raizer just swings for 23,000 at their face, and that's just not boosted. So he's already hitting those magic numbers. He's already hitting those cross ride numbers. And I say that because like if you hit a cross ride with your rear guard, they get a trigger. They're going to immediately go to 23k if they're cross ridden. Perfect Raizer says, hold on, hold my beer, I got you, fam. And he's going to swing for 23k and a crit still at their face. The magic numbers, guys, the magic numbers line up, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Now, I had been playtesting another Nova Grappler deck this week, and it was Blau's. Blau, you know, is all about the restanding. It's all about that center column with the Vanguard and its coming face. But while that's nice and it's strong and I love it, and honestly, due to, you know, consistency's sake, it actually stands better than Dote. But we're not here to talk about that. Perfect Raizer, you get what you ask for. You know that you're getting what you ask for. Your investment is solid. Blau, you're hoping for triggers. You really want to hope that you hit a trigger when you swing with Blau so that you can keep escalating it. You can keep adding power to it so you can keep hitting those thresholds. So you can keep adding pressure and hitting them and taking them from potentially 2 to 5, maybe even game, depending on how the match actually goes. But anyway, with Perfect Raizer, though, you get everything you ask for. And it's a simple investment. It's actually the cheapest investment, in my opinion, than the other decks in the format right now. You ride your grade 1 or your grade 2 Raizer, go into your grade 3, you got 2 in the soul. You know, if you want to, go ahead and make a copy of the battle Raizer, flop it down the field if you wish, suck that one in the starter up, boom, you're golden. You're 23k and a crit for the rest of the game. That is amazing. On top of that, you know, you don't have to do anything else, and it's such a minimal investment because then you still got your grade 2s, you got your boosters and stuff like that. So it's not like, in my opinion, I think it's better than MLB. MLB's got its own package, and that's cool. But like with Raizers, I feel like you have a better lineup with your grade 2s, and the fact that like you're not having to worry about sucking up your grade 2s. You have to suck up your grade 2s with MLB, and that can leave you vulnerable. It can leave you open. Raizer's not so much. You can just suck up zeros, and all of a sudden you're golden, and you still got your boosters. You still got your defenders. You still got your interceptors. Awesome things. But anyway, guys, let's touch on this grade 3 lineup here. Now, you'll see that in this set we got Miss Splendor. This unit can ignore intercepts when attacking on Vanguard or Rear Guard. So this chick is blockade by herself. Vanguard, Rear Guard. That is amazing. That is strong. And a format that is just flooded with grade 2s. You know, you've got the 12k attackers. You got your Blaster Blades, your Blaster Darks. You've got your Burning Horns. You've got the Masquerades, then the Mains. Like, you've got all these awesome grade 2s that people are playing. And Miss Splendor is like, nah, I got you, fam. I'm just coming for your face. And face is the place. And that's really, really awesome. Really, really awesome. Depending on how the game's going, depending on how things line up, she's just awesome. Simply put, she's awesome. We're also running Lion Heat because you don't really use Counterblast in this deck. The only two things other than Lion Heat that are really using Counterblast are going to be your Perfect Raizer and then your Magician Girl, okay? And Magician Girl's there to just keep hand. Like, she's just there as she's a defender and she's an attacker, and she, you know, nets you hand advantage. And Nova's always needed hand advantage. They've always needed a way to draw into their pieces and to keep hand. And this card delivers on that on all fronts. And she's solid. So between her and Lion Heat, this really, I mean, you're just not using a whole lot of Counterblast. Most of the time, you're really probably not even going to use Lion Heat's ability, but on the off chance that you do, he can CB2 to stand something up and just, you know, swing face. Now in Magical Christmas Land, you know, you could like swing with whatever rear guard, just the front unit. Don't even worry about boosting it. Hit something, swing with him, hit, and then boost it. Then all of a sudden it's hitting something else. So then you can get like what, 4 attacks off in a turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 4 attacks off. Awesome things, guys. Awesome. But again, it's just there, you know, depending on the situation. It helps deal with certain boards and get you out of tight situations if need be. And I think that's awesome. You know, it gives you a variety. It gives you like a Swiss Army ability where you can mix it up depending on the situation. That's super strong. Let's look at our new MVP of Nova Grappler. This guy has been kind of working his way into the meta. I would like to give a shout out to Base Crit, aka Rodney, for first introducing this idea to me. When he made his Beast Deity deck, I did try out the Beast Deity deck. It is a solid deck. It's pretty fun. I don't know how it really matches up against the meta. He was having a lot of success, but that's beside the point. The point is, guys, is that he was using this particular card, and now I'm starting to see this card in other decks with Nova Grappler, and for good reasons. You can take this dude into Perfect Raizer, you can take him into Blouse, you can take him into Beast Deity, you can take him into just, you know, good old school gold Rutile at this point, and this dude puts in work. Now, he is a Wyvern Strike Tejas, aka the, you know, Kagero unit that everybody loves, that's notorious for just sniping out the back row, and this is what this dude does. This unit can attack the units in the back row, and that's what he does. He does it well. So if you're going up against that MLB, you're going up against that Kagero matchup, if you can, ride him. Like, yeah, it feels a little wonky because you're like, you know, Anteiku, I want my razors in my soul. Yeah, I feel you. But the problem is, if you going up against that matchup, those particular two, you want to just go into this dude. He nets you advantage. He shuts down some of their strategy, okay? He denies them. If it's Kagero, he denies them the perfect guard. If you're going up against blasters, he denies you the Wingle Brave search, okay? And that can hurt them depending on what their hand is looking like. If like they don't have a Blaster Dark or they don't have a Majesty Lord, and they're just banking on actually fetching out one of the 3 blasters, that hurts. That hurts their game plan, and it sets them back a little bit, and that's advantageous to you as a player. And I strongly recommend using this card. It does feel a little wonky because on the rear guard, this guy's just straight up vanilla, like he's not doing anything, but he is a 9k body. And for the most part, that's solid in a format that is now running the 12k attackers that during your turn, they are 9k attackers. So this guy's going to be getting rid of those. So, I mean, he's defense, he's offense, and he is, you know, a back row sniper, provided that you ride him on the grade 2 circle. Solid stuff, guys. Solid stuff. Again, though, if we look back here, we're not really seeing much change. We cannot afford to change anything in the grade 1 lineup. But one thing I will say is this. Tough Boy was a tech in, and you may ask, well, why Tough Boy? You know, why not Toolkit Boy. I'm not Toolkit Boy, but why not Claydol Mechanic? Because like if you drop Claydol, you can unflip a damage. So therefore you cut Magician Girl's skill in half, or you cut Lion Heat's skill in half, or you cut Perfect Raiser's skill in half. The reason being is because with Tough Boy, he lines up in Magical Christmas Land. He hits certain numbers, depending on how like let's just say this. Okay, this is for instance. Okay, let's just say in Magic Christmas Land, you got Miss Splendor, you got a Tough Boy behind him, and let's just say all of a sudden you hit a trigger off your Vanguard attack. Okay, you give Miss Splendor the power from the trigger. All of a sudden now with Tough Boy behind her, it's 23, so that hits cross ride numbers. That is why Tough Boy is relevant. Okay, AK Vanillas are relevant right now due to magic numbers and how you want things to line up. So that is the reason behind the Tough Boy. Now, I also want to give a quick shout out, guys, because I have been conversing with Juan Mango 64, as well as like Jex Gaming and one of my best friends, Potatoes Prime the First. And we've all kind of got a consensus that Raizers are the Nova Grappler deck to play. Okay. This idea in itself came from last night because I was playing against Juan Mango 64, and a little bit of an expedition, a little fun match between the two of us. And he was playing Raizers. I played Blau, and I got to see this deck in action. And I can respect it. I appreciate it. And it's a very solid deck. So big shout out to you, Juan, for this deck idea. And after play testing this, I have to agree with this lineup. I think it's a very solid lineup. If you want to, guys, if you're going to ask my opinion, what you could change, you could like maybe go down one of these, go down the Boomerang, and then maybe go up on the Magician Girl if you would like. And you'd only do that because maybe you want to get more hand. Maybe you want the more chances of seeing the Magician Girl so that you can actually fetch more hand, and that's fine. That's fine. I'd also kind of follow myself if maybe Lion Heat was actually relevant. Maybe, you could go for Asher or Ashura Kaiser. Maybe you can go for Ashura Kaiser, because at least on the off chance that you don't ride Perfect Raiser, then you could actually ride into Ashura Kaiser. You can start doing the restanding stuff, and that feels kind of good as a backup fail-safe condition for this deck. Miss Splinter, however, is just not something I think you really want to be sitting on the Vanguard circle in this format, given the fact that now cross rides are a thing. Like 10Ks are... they're not as strong as what they used to be, because most of the other Vanguards are now 11Ks or 10K or 12K, or at best they're 13K Vanguards, and it's just hard. It's harder to hit them with a 10K Vanguard than what it was last season or the seasons before that. But yeah, guys, not a lot of changes to this deck. There has been just some modifications. Just real quick, let's just even go over this. This is again just a tech in. Hercules Beetle, or Muscle Hercules, I'm thinking of a different card. When this unit is placed, you may countercharge 1. So again, he helps to recoup your counterblast from Lion Heat, from Perfect Raiser, and from your Magician Girls. And that's always solid, guys. I still find myself on this card. Like, I think like you could do some other interesting things. Like maybe you could put in a Death Metal Droid, because Death Metal Droid, at least, again, you're gonna have the counterblast. You boost it with Tough Boy, all of a sudden, like, you're lining up 21K. If it gets a trigger, from the Vanguard, all of a sudden it's lining up like what, 26K then at that point. Again, magic numbers, guys. So I don't know. You can do whatever you want to with this lineup. Like, this is not set in stone. You do what feels right for you. I'm never in the market of cookie cutter, play what the heck I'm playing, and then there's nothing else that exists, because that's not true, guys. Everybody's got a different play style, and I always say that. Everybody's got a different play style, different mindset, different strategies, and rock what works for you guys. Do what, do you, boo-boo. Do you. But that's really all I have to say for this deck, guys. There's just not a lot of changes. There are some moderate changes, but this deck is still solid, because you're going up against other decks right now that are swinging for restands, or they're swinging for crits at your face, because you got Shadows, you got Royals, you've got DP, all swinging for crits. If you see, Coco OTT, in my opinion, you're going to see crits in that deck. You're going to see crits and draw. If you're seeing Tsukuyomi, you're going to be seeing crits in that deck, because it's got a natural draw engine. And I'm in the belief that if a deck has a natural draw engine, you can lend yourself to actually use crits in the deck, because then you're not just relying solely on your draw triggers to draw into your pieces. Therefore, you can kind of, give a little bit of variety, work around. You can even throw in some stands if you wanted to. Because we all know that OTT is used stands. But anyway, guys, my point being, do what feels right for you on this deck, guys. I do hope that you play it. I hope you try it, especially with Perfect Raizer still being the Legend alternate art. We do have 2 copies of it. We weren't really trying too hard this season to climb Legend. I was really just kind of VP farming because I'm more excited for Gold Paladin coming up in July. And that was just more important to me. And I already had 4 of this guy, so it was really no big deal. But we did get 2 copies of it, and the new art does look just really solid. I mean, if you look at that, dude, like, I really like that. That is just so awesome. I really wish I could have got a SP version of it, but you know, nonetheless. So yeah, guys, that's it for this video. Please, guys, do remember to hit that like button. Please hit the subscribe button. It helps me help you keep adding more content, getting better every time for you guys, and keep bringing you amazing Cardfight Vanguard 0 videos. Please also, guys, leave your thoughts in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys. It's always a pleasure to get to interact with you guys, hear your thoughts, hear your comments, and see, you know, what's working for you, what's not. You know, what do you feel like is good in this meta? You know, is there some other deck that maybe, you know, all of us are not touching on that might be some kind of underdog deck that you guys have come up with? Again, I would love to hear from you. So please don't be quiet, guys. Drop comments in the, you know, in below. And until next time, guys, stay strong, stay healthy, and stand up, my Vanguard.
Let's sing a song full of hope, full of pain. Why don't you sing along, my friend? For it's our last refrain. Forever young, ever strong, ever brave. Memories like this never end. No, they don't fade away. So when I'm gone, oh, when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, keep holding on, and I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun. Close to the sun. Here's to the ones who let shine through the rain, the ones who stood for something more. We won't forget your names. The tide is high, say goodbye, we're setting sail, and all those midnight secrets told, we'll take them to the grave. So when I'm gone, oh, when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, and I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun. Close to the sun. So when I'm gone, oh, when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, and I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun. Let's sing a song full of hope, full of pain. Why don't you sing along, my friend? For it's our last refrain. Forever young, ever strong, ever brave. Memories like this never end. No, they don't fade away. So won't forget your names. The tide is high, say goodbye, we're setting sail. And all those midnight secrets told, we'll take them to the grave. So when I'm gone, oh when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, keep holding on. And I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun. Close to the sun. So when I'm gone, oh when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, keep holding on. And I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun. Let's sing a song full of hope, full of pain. Why don't you sing along, my friend? For it's our last refrain. Forever young, ever strong, ever brave. Memories like this never end. No, they don't